Yes, that's my version of Happy Cycling by Boards of Canada. The Behringer 112 is a dual oscillator, and it's kind of set up as a two-voice system. So what you're hearing is just one voice doing the bass line and the other voice doing the melody part, and a sample for the drums. This video builds on the first video I showed. That video showed how to use the Octatrack to control your synthesizers. So now we're taking the MIDI and sending it out to the Poly N, Poly 2, and all it's doing is turning that MIDI information into voltages so you can use it in your modular synth. So my first Octatrack video was how to control your synth with the Octatrack. And so this is very similar, except we're running everything through the Poly N, Poly 2. So the Poly 2 comes with this little MIDI cable, and you just run the MIDI out of the Octatrack and into the MIDI cable. You can also use USB with the Poly 2, but the Octatrack does not support that. So I'm using the MIDI cable. And then it comes preset up with gate 1 through 4, pitch 1 through 4. So if we look at the play modes on it, we click here on play mode, you can see that it has first mode, next, channel, note. And the amazing thing about the Poly 2 is it will allow you to turn your modular into a polysynth. So it will rotate the voices, and you can play chords and just treat your modular as a polysynth. And I've done that too. But today we're using the channel mode, which is appropriate for running MIDI out of the Octatrack. And so I'll go into voices, and you decide how many voices you're going to use. And so for this, you really only need 2, but I set it to 4 so that all 4 of these are active. All 4 gates, all 4 pitches. Because at times I use this as a 4-voice polysynth. But today we just need 2 voices. Then you'll go into channels, and voice 1 will be MIDI channel 1 on your Octatrack. And voice 2 will be MIDI channel 2 coming out of the Octatrack. And then I showed in my first Octatrack video how to use the CCs. And the bass patch, as you could hear, had a pulse width modulation going on. I'm going to use the Octatrack to send out an LFO that's going to modulate the pulse width. And so you would set that up as I showed in my first Octatrack video. But then for the Poly 2 setup, you'll go under Custom CV, CV1, which means we're talking about this row right here where it says CV 1 through 4. And you'll click on CC, but you see the other options that you can use: velocity and clock, start, stop. Telling you this Poly 2 will do anything. So CC, specific CC, and channel 2, because channel 2 was the bass track coming out of the Octatrack. And so I'm going to make this the same channel. And CC1. So now in the Octatrack, you can see that I've set up Control 1, CC1. Function, FX1. You'll set that to CC1. It says mod wheel. Don't worry about that. And then you'll hit function and click the encoder to turn that on, and just turn it up. So now I'm running this blue wire out of the CV, custom CV1. And I'm going to run that up here and put it in pulse width modulation of oscillator 2. And when we play it, we should be able to hear some pulse width modulation going on. And we can hear that being modulated. depth. Now it's going to the extremes of high low voltage. I hope you like this video. I've started a Patreon. I'm going to put a link to it in the description box. Head over there and check it out. I think you'll like what you see. See you next time.